Welcome everyone to Homestead Miami Speedway for race number 13 of the Bolt Racing League Grand National Series. Qualifying right now underway, a minute 30 left in the session. And right now, Pacey Lodge on top of the board over Bobby Blowers in second, TJ Trout in third right now. Next will be joined by AJ Hudson as we're going to be covering 125 laps here at Homestead. The Homestead Catalyst 125 presented by Dubby. Should be a fun one here in these Gen 6 cars as qualifying almost wrapped up here in a moment. There's no one else on the racetrack quite yet, so it looks like Pacey Wagent looking to go pole position here at Homestead. 39 seconds left. He will secure it though. So Pacey Wagent on pole for Homestead here in the Sunshine State of Florida. We'll see what goes on. It's 125 laps in total and 70% fuel. So expect fuel to be around, would take 40-ish laps or so. No stage caution, one faster pair. It will go into nighttime here as the sim time is 7:15 currently, and it went up. Right now it is 6:50 p.m. in qualifying. It's just check flag officially. Pacey Wagent will officially go on pole position for now, and soon be grading up here and grading up. It's commencing right now. It is 7:15 start time Eastern time, so we definitely see a sunset here at Homestead, which is pretty beautiful. Typical Homestead used to be the finale in NASCAR, and the sunsets were always some of the best in sport. Take a quick look at our starting grid here tonight. As, like I mentioned, on pole position is Pacey Wagent at 00 machine. Bobby Blowers in 34 in the 34 machine. TJ Trout in third, John Matthews fourth, Rodney Ayers fifth, Jimmy Minch in sixth, Justin Mayer seventh, Byron Jones in eighth, Jared Peller ninth, and Casey Ellis in 10th. We'll see these paint schemes updated. Those are not the updated paint schemes, looks like, for some reason. But in the meantime, AJ, these Gen 6 cars a lot different than next gen or Xfinity or trucks. Probably more similar to trucks than anything. What are your thoughts on coming into tonight's race?
My thoughts. I don't really know too much about these cars myself. You said they relate more to the trucks than anything. So I think tires are going to be huge here, just like any track. And then, like you said, fuel strategy, 40 laps or so. So we'll just have to see.
Yeah, also, cautions could always play a factor in it. Also, so I mean, you never know when the caution flag may fly late in these ones. Because right now, currently going on to the racetrack. As right now, one pace stop here at Homestead. So like we mentioned, kind of a rundown, 125 laps in total. That would be miles wise, I believe, around, I think it's 200 miles actually.
I think you're right, actually.
Actually, it's 187.5. Oh. Got a little calculation a little wrong there, but paint scheme should be all loaded in now. These are the paint schemes now on the racetrack officially. Took a little bit, but anyways, pace car gonna take a hard left turn in the pit lane, and we're about to do battle here at Homestead Miami Speedways. Pacey Wise get at least to the green, and green flag is out, and away we go. As Blowers with a good restart also on the outside.
Going into one here, they're going to stay side by side. Bowers and Wygent battling for that points lead there. So.
Yeah, like I mentioned, this is the first race of the playoffs, the round of 12, and those two are 1-2 in the points. And Blowers clears off the exit of turn 2, and he'll take the race lead going to 3 and 4 in lap 1.
Looks like they're using the bottom early here. Definitely plan to see that top coming in later on tonight.
As Flowers leads lap 1, but Wygent on the bottom, not letting him get away too much as they're still side by side through 1 and 2. DJ Trout right behind him. Still.
Pretty racy here in the open laps. As Flowers and Wygent still side by side for that race lead. Well, Wygent looks like he's going to clear him though, going up forward.
As Flowers clears Wygent.
Clear him.
As now Wygent under attack here from behind from DJ Trout.
As they're shooting the 3, looks like everything's single filed out a little bit. Long way to go in this race, so.
Yeah, still, yeah, it's quite a long way to go. A lot can still happen here. There's only 4 laps into this one. As I mentioned before, I think the fuel run will be around 40-ish laps with 70% fuel in these cars. As here comes Trout now to the inside, looking for second on Pacey Wygent. Side by side, and it clears.
Clear him. And you say that there's a battle for 4th back there brewing. That's between Munich, I think that's how you say that, and then Ayers.
Yeah, Jimmy Minch. As Ayers on the bottom, as I believe Pacey Wygent may have blinked out there. Actually, no, he's on the inside. Not see him. There on the inside is actually Minch is up to 3rd. As here comes Ayers up top. As Wygent kind of falling back here early. At the pole, now down to 5th. Almost, maybe even 6th here shortly.
Might be part of his plan a little bit. Might be saving a lot more than some of these guys.
Yeah, he might just be saving a lot more. He's around the bottom. That's kind of what Pacey Wygent is known for. Just kind of just saving around, holding off, and holding back just a little bit, and be really good at the end of these long runs.
Exactly what it looks like here is. It looked like he was under attack there by Matthews now.
Yeah, I kind of slowed down a little bit here in the back as they single file out through most of the field. Here comes Trout now to the inside.
Battle for the lead. Trout to the bottom, trying to make that move for the lead, and he's gonna clear, no problem at all. I don't see them being too aggressive right now. His tires and saving everything. They're being a long race. Just let him by right now, but later that move isn't going to be so easy.
Yeah, they're all still bunched up big time together so far. Pretty crazy. Casey Ellis in 9th place right there, only a second back from a race leader GH. You can see this long line of cars right now. It doesn't look like a 1.5 mile track at the moment. It looks like more of a super speedway, just following out.
Yeah, I don't know much about these cars myself, like you said, and but wonder if drafts coming into effect here as these guys aren't able to. As we got a battle for the lead again, Flowers.
Yeah, Flowers got clear. He's clear up top. He wants to take it, but Trout, good run off the exit of the corner, but Bowers easily clears, and here was Minch now to the inside for second. Now Rodney Ayers up top in third, gonna try to get around Minch. Minch clips the apron there in 1 and 2. Here comes Wygen also to up side as Ayers does clear for third. As Wygen now moves himself up the fourth. As Minch, Jimmy Minch, falling back quickly now as he's down to 6th place. Maybe he can hang on the 5th over Greg Pillar. As this field's still very close together so far.
Yeah, like you said, Talent looks more like a super speedway race, like I was talking about with the draft. Thinking these cars draft a lot better than, like, say, an next-gen car.
Yeah, with the bigger spoiler in the rear ends, they definitely a lot more draft on these straightaways, especially at long straights like Homestead. There's not like a quad oval or like tri-oval at some of these other racetracks. It kind of negates the draft as much. You just kind of a straight line down the front and straight line down the back, which just makes it a lot easier to draft up to these drivers. You can see multiple lanes being used now by Pacey Wygen and Greg Pillar up top.
Yeah, I expect as the night goes on, we start going higher and higher on this racetrack. And see drivers start running the wall.
Yeah, once these tires start to wear, these drivers trying to find some grip. Already 12 laps into this one. So here comes Wygen up top. So he's going to try to look for the race lead on Bobby Blowers. Bobby Blowers is going to shut the door on that one for now. As 3 lanes being used right now. Blowers in the middle, Trout on the bottom. And Pacey Wygen up top on the very top side. Blowers closes the gap there. And Wygen moves himself up to second. Now looks to the inside for the race lead. As Big Sin in 3 and 4. As now Wygen goes back to the point and back to the race lead over Bobby Blowers now here on lap number 14. As we'll see if he can pull away from the rest of the field. No one's been able to do it so far. As now Blowers looking to the inside of Wygen. Wygen's giving him that clean air on the bottom. But Wygen's still pulling ahead. I think he's slowly but surely trying to pull away from the rest of the field. He saved some tires early on. Saw him fall all the way back down to 5th, almost even 6th place even. Now he's worked his way back up to the race lead. How's the clean air now? And he's going to try to pull away from Bobby Blowers and DJ Trout behind him.
Yeah, definitely impressive to see him back up front on this field to drop him back down to 5th, almost 6th like you said.
As the top 3 working together pretty well as Greg Pillar still running that top side. His only driver really up there consistently as he's moved his way up to 4th over Rodney Ayers. As here comes Blowers for the race lead to the inside of Pacey Wygen. Down to the bottom of the track. Can he do a slider in 1 and 2? Wygen stays up top, gets a good run out the exit of the corners. Blowers stays low. A little bit of a side drop there from at 34. but not quite enough entering 3 and 4. They're still side by side.
Good battle up front here as we got Blowers on the wall, and he's gonna clear. Or Wygen, my bad. Wygen up on the wall as he cleared for the lead.
Yeah, and again he runs the wall in 1-2, even when Blowers isn't on his inside as much on the entry of the corner. I think Wygen has kind of found his line that he likes to run. Here later in the run, there's 20 laps into it. And the tire wear is starting to amp up a little bit. They're around a second slower than their fastest lap time after around 20 laps here. So tire wear definitely a little bit of a struggle, as you can kind of see this field spraying out a lot more than it was before.
Yeah, actually you can tell Wygen was kind of starting to pull away a little bit there. They're not as close as they once were. The top three's even pulling away from this field.
Yeah, Pacey Wygen and Bobby Blowers have been the two best showers probably all season long. And DJ Charles has been really good all season long too. He's been up front for most of it, from the races that he can make. He's only started, he's only started one race this season, and he has a race win. It was at Darlington. He was making his second start of the season here at Homestead.
It looked like Wygen was going to run the wall there and came down to block Blowers. Blowers had a good run and took that air right out front.
As the top three have really pulled away from the rest of the field. Ryan Ayers in fourth. Actually, Big Pillar, actually, he's one lap down. Not sure what happened to him. I think he blinked out for a little bit and went one lap down due to that blinking. So he right now is in lucky dog position, trying to fight his way back up through the field. Try to get his lap back, but Ryan Ayers to the inside of him. Not fourth position, but Ayers in fourth. As the rest of the field kind of a little further back, you got Jimmy Minch and Tristan Bayer, John Matthews side by side up in here. And you got Casey Ellis way farther back in 8th place for now. But we go back out in front. The top three have pulled away from the rest of the field pretty significantly so far. As he goes strutting inside, not sure exactly what he was trying to do there. He was kind of swerving on the straightaway. Maybe his water temp was getting a little too hot, possibly. Not something you typically see at a Homestead type of racetrack, 1.5 mile track like Homestead, but I mean, it's not out of the equation since they're pretty much nose to tail out in front. We're already 20% through this race so far.
Yeah, and without a caution, I think we're going to see some green flag pit stops within the next, I want to say like 14 laps.
Yeah, that's kind of what I estimate. I think you go around 60 laps here on a full tank of fuel. So about 70% of that would be, I think, around 45 to 40. And I think if you pit every 40 laps, it's a little close on fuel there. So you might want to try to stretch it out as long as you can. I think 45. Usually I was going to make the 45. That would be a two-stop race, which is exactly what you want this race to be like. But I'm not sure exactly 100% exact fuel number. But we will find out here live eventually, more than likely. But right now the top three really stretching that gap to Rodney Ayers right now in fourth. Rodney Ayers kind of on an island on his own in that fourth place spot. He has Greg Pilley on his outside, but that is a lap car, like as I mentioned. So he's kind of just in no man's land right now. Not fast enough to be with the top three, but not slow enough to be with the bottom three back there, which is led by John Matthews in that 5 machine. As the sun is setting here, so track temp gonna keep going down, grip gonna go up even more. But is Wygen now pulling away a little bit from Bobby Blowers?
Yeah, you were starting to open up that gap a little bit. We haven't seen that all day with the leader all night with the leader pulling away, so.
Yeah, something to do with that dirty air and also tire wear. They definitely play a factor right now.
DJ Trout, he's looking for second there as I saw him peek his nose out there at 1.
Yeah, he's done that a few times so far. Maybe just trying to get some clean air, possibly also, which is a big factor with these big spoilers. As I mentioned before, you have a lot of drafts, but that also means you have a lot of dirty air also to kind of combat that. Right there, kind of goes hand in hand.
The top 3 have continued to put that gap on 4th place.
Now Trout running the wall there as he kind of skipped the wall there on the outside. Will he get a good run off of turn 4? Not really. He got an okay run, maybe a 10th quicker than Wygen on the front straightaway, even with scraping the outside wall. So now he goes back to the bottom, knowing that the outside maybe not his best decision there.
Yeah, definitely. As he did lose a little bit on that top 2. He's trying to get it back here.
As the top 3 pulling away big time from the rest of the field so far. Pit stops most likely coming here pretty soon. As ripping the top side again, DJ Trout. He got a really good run there off of turn 4. See if he can take advantage of that one, go to second place. So he knows he pushes Blowers. That's going to make Blowers run the top side now. So a little multi-groove racing here up front now. We'll see if Blowers can get a run off of turn 2, and looks like he will. Watch out for Bobby Blowers to take this race lead away from Pacey Wygen. There he goes. Side drop through the back straightaway into turn 3. He's going to do a little slide job move. Yes, he will. He's going to send it up the racetrack. He goes. And he will not quite clear. He doesn't go up top. Why he gives Wygen the top side. Kind of surprised there because Blowers was clear. He could have easily taken that top away from Pacey Wygen's big side drop into 1-2. Blowers now clearing once again, and he will take it this time. And Blowers retakes the race lead from Pacey Wygen. That all started with a good shove from DJ Trout off a turn, going into turn 1. That kind of gave Blowers the confidence to run the top side as Blowers in the outside wall. Heard it there in the iRacing simulator, but it doesn't really seem to affect him too much as he maintains his race lead for now over Pacey Wygen. As all the drivers running different lanes pretty much. Wygen kind of a little bit higher up. Trout on the very bottom there. And Blowers ripping the top there. Gets a good run off of turn 4 and shot out of a cannon right there. He's going to pull away down the front straightaway. There's Jimmy Minch down pit lane here in lap 36. A little bit earlier than I expected, but not too surprising. Wajin now runs the top side. He has a huge run down the front straightaway. Boy, took advantage of it now. Yes, he knows he's going to give Blowers a shove. Surprised he didn't try to go to the inside, but Blowers way too fast in the turn 1 and 2 with that shove. That he gets put in the outside wall pretty much there. Just how fast he was going. And now, but that allowed him to pull away even more over Pacey Wajin. Trout in the outside wall there. As the top three have separated from each other quite a bit, a few Carlington between them. And Blowers, Wajin, the Trout. Who will be the first one to go on pit lane, though?
Yeah, that's definitely the question. First one down pit road. Could be any three of them, really. Whoever saves the most fuel, though, I think has a good run toward the end.
Yeah, I think Wajin, he always likes to pit a little bit later, usually typically on these long green flag runs. That's kind of his style of racing. But we'll see how long they can actually go. My estimate was around 40 to 45. We're almost to that point as we're reaching lap 40 here at Homestead. Drew Blowers in the outside wall again on the entry. Sparks flying, but that, like I said, hasn't really seemed to affect them too much, even though they kind of script the outside wall a few times.
Yeah, he's hit that wall a few times, and it ain't affecting him at all as he is driving away from the other two. Hit it again there. When that time, I think it affected him a lot more as here comes Wajin.
As we're reaching lap 41 for now. Will anyone come down pit lane this time by? Nope, still just ripping the outside wall. That just shows how big the tire has been. They're about 1.5 seconds slower than their fastest lap on fresh tires. As DJ Charles really lost the top two for now. As he's about a second back from Pacey Wajin. As there goes Wajin to the inside. Blowers, slide job move, bullet stick. Here comes Blowers back to the inside. Crossover is for the lead here on lap 43. Blowers a little bit of side job in the turn 1 and 2. And will he slide job Pacey Wajin? Not quite clear though. So Wajin with a master run off of turn 2. Blowers blinks out for a few seconds. As Pacey Wajin now clears back to the race lead. As Pacey Wajin the outside wall. As here comes Blowers down pit lane here in lap 43, coming to 44. First one down pits.
Big thing here is don't speed. Hit all your numbers just right here.
I would expect 4 tires and a full tank of fuel for this 34 machine. Would be really surprised if he takes 2. As they ran 43 lap screen on those sets. As YJ now comes in, and so does Trout, Ayers,
Definitely.
the rest of the field coming in. So everyone else comes in. So
Definitely expected that from all them guys after seeing Blowers pit there.
yeah, he may have just pitted 1 lap earlier than everyone else because 44 laps was the max you can do on the tank of fuel, which is pretty much exactly what I said. Surprisingly, I was right. But down penalty, everyone else goes. We'll see what everyone cycles out. I'm expecting everyone to take 4 fresh tires. Looks like they will. Trout with a good pit stop. He's right behind Pacey Watching. He was about a second back from them. And he goes Bobby Blowers. We were 1 and 2, already up to speed. He's going to clear this field easily. With a lap fresher tires as we look in the rear view of Blowers right now. That's Pacey Watching. And Trout right there behind him. About 2.5 seconds is the gap. Just from pitting 1 lap earlier. Wow.
Pitting 1 lap earlier definitely helps him out big time. But the Wygant does have better tires as well as Trout, so even if it's just 1 lap better tires, that's still fresher tires in the long run.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out the next 45 or so laps. That's exactly that's what I'm expecting these guys to pit again. And I mean, 1 lap fresher tires doesn't seem like a lot, but you know, if they're a tenth or so quicker a lap, that's 4.4 seconds that they're gonna gain on Bobby Blowers over the course of a green flag round. It's Trout and Wygant working together here, trying to catch up to Blowers. DJ Trout all over the back bumper of Casey Wygant, pushing him to get back up to the race leader. As here goes the outside. Kind of surprising move. They were working together pretty well, but now Wygant goes behind DJ Trout. As now the gap within 2 seconds, 1.7 between him and Blowers. About half a second quicker than Bobby Blowers right now. Which is very alarming, even though it's only 1 lap fresher tires.
Yeah, I think they'll catch him within the next 20 laps or so.
Oh yeah,
Just by the rate this is going.
Pretty easy. I think the next probably like 7 laps or so, able to catch up to him, especially if they work together, try to bump draft here in the straightaways.
Definitely didn't expect Trout to pass back there, and not sure if Wygant might try to pull the move back, considering with the draft.
Yeah, maybe just Trout got a little hot. His Wyerton maybe got a little hot right behind the Wygant, and they kind of switched each other like a super speedway type of thing. Right now, the rate of gain now is slowed down quite a bit. As the last few laps, they haven't really gained much, if at all, on Bobby Blowers right now. So they gained a lot early on. The first about 5 laps they were on the racetrack. But it's really, really slowed down a little bit here. The last 2 laps.
Yeah, tire fall off. It's a big thing here at Homestead anyways, so. They're still gaining a little bit there. It's down to 1.5 seconds out. Less than that now is Blowers maybe trying to save a little bit.
No, Wygant goes in front.
Yeah, so they're flip-flopping back and forth there. Like you said, I think that might be from trying to keep it from overheating with the draft.
Yeah, usually you don't really see that in 1.5 mile tracks, but I mean, they've been working together like it's been a pack race type thing, two-car tandeming together. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that that's the reason they're switching like that. Looks like Trout getting a little tight here, kind of allowing Wygen to pull away now. But they're slowly gaining on Bobby Blowers up ahead. We'll see if they can gain on him in these next few laps, but the gap now around 1 second. It was about under 2 seconds around 7 or 6 laps ago. That's really slowed so far. Everyone has really slowed so far, honestly, but Flowers is hanging on tough for now. Next pit stop will be around lap 85 or so. 85 to 90. Maybe the last pit stop if we stay green the rest of the way.
The way this race has been so far, I think we stay green the rest of the way, just from how spread out the field is as well. As they now have it under a second behind Bobby Blowers. Actually, it was like almost a half a second YJ has. So is Blowers trying to save tires a little bit and allowing them to reel them in? Or are they maybe abusing the equipment a little bit to catch it back up to him? As here they come. Big run off of 4.
Guys, now they really caught the Bobby Blowers. Now the gap down to 2/10. That's how quickly will Pacey Wygen make work of Bobby Blowers.
Right on the back bumper now of Blowers. All 3 of them right back together like they were before pit stops, and now you're beginning to wonder. Oh, as I was about to say that, up high goes Wygen as he's searching for that grip.
Wygen up top, not able to do much on the top side. You get a good run off of turn 2, gotta lead it to the race lead. Slide job, yes he will. He's gonna hang the bottom. Now allow Bobby Blowers to do a crossover move. DJ Trout with fresher tires needs to make quick work of Blowers if he wants to get back up to the race lead for the first time tonight.
I don't think Blowers is done fighting for that lead as he was trying to find that clean air to get past Wygen again.
Yeah, he's hanging on for another 20 laps or so. Actually, a little bit more than that. Would be about 25 laps for his next pit stop. So, we'll see how grouped up together they will be here as they're still grouped up. 1, 2, 3. How long will this last, though?
And this is one of your closest battles on the racetrack. His 4th place is about 7 seconds back from your leaders.
Yeah, you also have 5th place Jimmy Minch and Tristan Bayer. The lap-down car of Greg Priller up top. But now Blowers back to the race lead on Pacey Wygen. He's going to make it stick through 3 and 4. Not quite as Wygen hangs up top on the top side. And he stays ahead for now. Barely gets him at the line. He'll almost clear in the 1 and 2.
Yeah, side by side still into 1 and 2. Going down the back section, it looks like Bobby Blowers is going to clear again for the lead.
Yep, as Blowers goes back to the point. Even with those lap older tires, he's still hanging up top. Still hanging up strong, excuse me. I think it was Trout way up top.
He said he wants to be involved in this race. He was tired of watching them battle. He's going to try to find some clean air and get up there. And as he goes for it, here he comes for 2nd versus Wygen. Wygen all the way up the track.
As will Wygen allow Trout to clear him? No, he won't. He's going to stay top. Good run off of turn 2 as Blowers gives the draft of Trout. Smart move there from the 34 machine.
Very smart move there as these two are still battling. You're seeing every lane be used right there. Just looking for every inch of grip you can find.
Yeah, classic Homestead right now.
For sure. Different than what we seen earlier with all top 10 drafting, like it was like a restrictor plate race. So.
Yeah, once the tires started to wear out after about 15, 20 laps, then they really started to spread out.
It looks like DJ Trout's really trying to find pace up there, but he's not finding it. As he's getting the runoffs pretty good, but he's not keeping up with them in the turns. He's going to dive low, though. What will Wygent do about it? Side by side for a second again. Up the track.
Oh, almost some contact.
Trout, wow. Just contact. Just cannot make the move. That high side, if you're up there and you can get it to stick, the runoff is just really, really good. Classic one, for sure there.
As Blauer's doing a great job right now with those one lap below tires. These two behind him were able to catch back up back from 2.5 seconds, and he's been able to hold on. He got past and then retook the race lead from Basic Wygent. Right now he's hanging on here in lap 65. Has to make it around 20 or so more laps on these tires. And he hang on for that long.
It's going to be interesting to see for sure. And I think without a yellow, fourth on back, they're really probably hoping for a yellow there so they can catch back up to these guys and battle as hard as they are. And battle for second again. Trout is not giving up trying to pass Wygent here. He's trying
Almost
everything he
contact.
can. Oh, almost contact again as he goes up the track.
As that's battling behind on Blauer's to kind of eke out his gap just a little bit. He's not able to pull away big time. As Trout now clears a little slide job move. Wygent looking for the crossover on the inside. He'll have it there on the inside off of turn 2. Not quite. He's going to now push Trout down the back straightaway. Big run for those two. Tandeming down the back.
Definitely a big run for Trout there. He's been 1 second and now he's got it, but for how long? Wygent back down to the bottom. Thinks better of it. Now can DJ Trout do anything to try to get this lead?
Now, for the first time tonight, Trout, if he can take the lead, this would be his first lap sled of the night. Almost around halfway, around 8 laps away from halfway in this one. Has been green and clean so far here tonight. About really ripping the white line there.
He looks a lot faster than Blowers right now, so be curious to see if Blowers even defends if Trout gets there. Trout all the way up the track now, on the wall. A battle with these top three. They are putting on a show here at Homestead.
Oh yeah, just classic Homestead. All three of these guys have pretty much run all different lines, bottom, middle, top. And all of them pretty much work pretty well, and they've been really clean so far also. Just respectful racing, nothing too crazy, nothing too dirty. But, and we're not even halfway through this one yet, so we still have one more pit stop and a long way to go in this one. Also, caution could come out at any time, which could really shake things up with how packed up the racing was early on in this one.
Could see some extra players here for the lead if a caution does come out. So Big Trout getting the wall there a little bit, saw a little bit of smoke.
may have, but I don't think it affected him too much. He comes off turn 4, so he has a huge run now to the inside. Blowers, he goes for the race lead. They're looking for a slide job move in 1 and 2. Flowers pinches him off, not allowing him to do so. Trout gets a little tight. I see him spacey watching out to the outside of DJ Trout.
We've seen this before from Trout, right? As he just went back to third, but we've seen it before where he keeps trying and keeps trying, and he will eventually get there because he keeps going. I think Trout got a little tight there, and he's gonna have to work past Wygent once again.
Is now Wygent now looking to go to the race lead on Bobby Blowers. Trout a little further behind. Mate tried to make his move, but just didn't end up working out on Bobby Blowers. Now he's down to 3rd place. And Pacey Wygent now make the move for the race lead here on the 34 machine on lap 73. It's Trout and Wygent bumper to bumper down the front straightaway. They have not been able to really. Wygent was able to get around Blowers one time, but once Blowers got back around Wygent the second time, it's pretty much been impossible to pass this 34 machine.
Yeah, Bobby Blowers is really good here. Maintaining his stuff, not getting too far ahead, but not letting these guys get too close to him now after they passed him once. He said, not again. His battle for second again. Here comes DJ Trout to the bottom.
He's gonna
And
clear.
he's gonna clear.
It's gonna be a crossover move. No, he's just Wygent's gonna stay behind as we've reached the halfway point in this one at Homestead. It's coming to 50 laps to go.
50 laps to go. I'd say about 15 more laps now, and we're going to see one more pit stop out of these guys.
10 to 15 more laps. We'll see how long they can go here on this second run. I think they were pushing a lot more as Trout actually running the top of the outside. As he's got to clear Wygent for now. As again, Blowers retook the race lead and hasn't really looked back since.
Yeah, he hasn't really let these guys get to his bumper at all. He just was really maintaining that lead really well, and that's what you want here at Homestead for sure. Clean air is definitely one of the key things as well.
And while some of the drivers behind him maybe short pit a little earlier also.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to see, because we saw Blowers pit a lap before last time. Do all three make the same pit stop this time, or do we see the same thing again with Blowers pitting one lap earlier? It's back for second. Wygent gonna try to get there on Trout, and it's gonna happen. Clear. Trout now back trying to go for a second over Wygent. Not gonna get there as Wygent got that good runoff out of 4.
Yes, I think this top 3 have kind of settled in for now. I don't know if there's going to be any moves here before the pit stop. So as soon as I said, here goes Wygent now with a good run off of turn 2. He's going to side drop Bobby Blowers into turn 3 and 4. Can he make the move here with 46 to go?
As you said that, I think Blowers actually might have hit the wall there, which allowed...
He does so again.
And hits the wall there again. He did that the same thing, and I think that's what allowed Wygent to get there the first time, is lap traffic ahead. Bobby Blowers is back in the lead.
And pit stops looming here shortly. Coming to lap 83 as he clips the outside wall. He's still in the outside wall. Lost a little bit of momentum off of turn number 4. Here comes Wygent now to the inside possibly. Yeah, there he goes. The inside lap traffic also not going to make it 3 wide on the entry there. Wygent backs off there for a moment. He's still back to the inside. Gonna try to make something work. Not quite enough. Go off of turn 2. And will we see one of these drivers coming out pit lane?
With these tires wearing off Talon, I think that's what's making Blowers hit the wall more and more, as he's done that 3 times now in 3 and 4. So, like you said, who will be the first one to pit? As how much longer can they go on these tires and on the fuel run as well?
Flowers still whipping the outside wall, but Trout looking to the inside of Wygent there for second. Not able to make it work once again. He's tried that a few times. He just has not been successful with it.
Yeah, I think with what you said earlier, is passing is going to be a bit harder with these tires now.
Yeah,
they might just be riding at this point until the pits.
I'm expecting one of these drivers to pit this time by with 40 to go. Wygent has Blowers has a huge lead over the rest of these guys. Looks like he's coming in this time.
He's going to pit 1 lap earlier than the other 2 again. I was wondering if that was going to happen.
Trout with a good run off for turn 2. Will he look to the inside? And also, will these guys be paying this time by?
They're battling. You wouldn't think so.
I don't think they are. But actually, Trout is. Wygent is not.
Wygent really trying to extend that fuel run there.
Yeah, typically he likes to go longer on these fuel runs. We'll see how long he does end up going. Flowers out of the pit lane now.
the longer he stays out, the fresher tires he's going to have when it comes to the end. So, well, looks like he might be coming down this time.
Slowing it down right here, and yep, he's coming down this time by with 38 to go. He's got 2 lap pressure tires and Blowers, and 1 lap pressure tires and DJ Trout. Trout off of pit lane as Blowers not so far ahead of Trout this time, only about a second and a half or so compared to the 2 seconds it was before. He's now, as they get up to speed, it's about 2.3 seconds actually. So, yeah, there's a pretty big gap over DJ Trout as Pacey Wagent in his box still taking those 4 fresh tires. And away he goes off his pit box. Blowers has already passed him going into 1 and 2.
Now we find out if he can run down Blowers with them fresher tires. 2 laps fresher tires than Blowers here. And don't count out DJ Trout either. Why'd you want to come out with DJ Trout and then might draft up there to, like they did last time?
It's Wagent's lap traffic, or it's not really lap traffic, but KCOS with older tires spinning this time. So everyone has cycled through, everyone has pitted. And we will go to the end on these sets of tires if we go green the rest of the way. No more pit stops needed. The gaps are followed. You got Bobby Blowers about 2.2 seconds ahead of Trout. And Trout is about 3.3 seconds ahead of Pacey Wagent. Coming to 35 to go. We'll see how these tires play out. Each of them have different aged tires, all in order. So Flowers has 4 lap old tires, Trout has 3 lap old tires, and Pacey Wagent has 2 lap old tires. So it goes down by 1 for each of them.
I think it's all going to come down to who's pushing the hardest right now and who's saving to push the hardest at the end of the race. Obviously, I don't think Wagent and Trout can really save right now, so Bobby Blowers, could he be saving right now? Not worried about if they catch him, because...
Yeah, I mean, look at what happened last time. They caught him, but they weren't really able to do much, even though Blowers had 1 lap older tires.
Definitely, as you saw Trout back there, he's reeling him in kind of quick. Definitely don't think Bobby Blowers is pushing as hard as they have been all race. It's just you want to be there at the end. You don't want to use all your stuff now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, right now he has a big enough gap where he can save a lot of tires. And if he's saving tires and Trout's pushing, he may even have fresher tires than Trout, even though Trout pitted a lap earlier than them.
I'm a big fan of Blowers' strategy for that. Definitely a good strategy there. As lap traffic ahead again. Looks like that might be John Matthews up there.
As Trout, you can kind of see him in the background there, slowly gaining on Bobby Blowers. The gap is about 1 second now between the 34 and the 30.
Wagent is 4 seconds back is what I'm seeing, so maybe had a little struggle on pit road or something to lose that much time.
Yeah, we'll see if he can gain that time back. I mean, he did pit a lap later than Trout and 2 laps later than Blowers, so a lot of less time on those fresher tires than compared to those two on the beginning. So they have about 2 lap advantage on him, but now Trout really closing the gap here on Bobby Blowers. He's coming to 29 to go this time by. You got now half a second between DJ Trout and Bobby Blowers. Pacey Wise not too far behind there. He could be saving a little bit of tires also, knowing that later in these runs, the tire wear is really, really bad.
Yeah, for sure. If Wygen does end up catching these two, I don't know if he'll be able to pass them, because he's using all he has to catch him, to reel him in the first place. So he does got it below 3 seconds now. 30 to go. Is that enough time to reel in these guys?
As Wygen has closed the gap a little bit also, now his gap's down to 3.4, so he's definitely not out of the picture on this one.
DJ Trout really isn't reeling in Blowers too much either right now. They might just be riding with 25 to go.
Yeah, I mean, he was within about half a second, but he's been within half a second on the past 3 or 4 laps. Hasn't really gained past that, but Wygen's still closing the gap down to 2.7 now. Coming to the later points of this one with 23 to go. We're gonna do a little run, crank it up here at Homestead, Miami.
Welcome back to Homestead, Miami. 20 to go. As Trout has reeled back in Blowers, and don't look too far back because you might see Wygent. He has shortened that gap with 20 to go as well. So don't count him out.
That's gonna be a pretty good one here late at Homestead. As the top 3 drivers all night long, I could be finishing 1, 2, 3 most likely if they don't make contact with each other. Too late, and we don't. No idea who's gonna win this one. As Wygent is chasing these guys down quickly, gap down 1.5 seconds about.
I'll be really curious to see what them tires can do after running these guys down almost over 4 seconds back. Very impressive that he's caught these guys.
Yeah, he only has 2 lap pressure tires, and Bobby Blowers only 1 lap pressure tires, and DJ Trout. But once Trout got into that dirty air of Bobby Blowers, he hasn't really been able to do much, if anything, here. He's passed around 10 laps or so.
I think Trout sees Wygent coming now, and you could see, you might be trying to make a move on Blowers before Wygent gets there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you don't want Wygent to kind of just steal the win here late while you try to get by Bobby Blowers. You kind of want that buffer between you and Pacey Wygent. So, and as in buffer, I mean a race car in between you and Wygent.
Yep. You can see Trout, he's searching now. He sees Wygent on his rearview mirror getting closer and closer, and you think it's go time now with 16 to go. You gotta, if you're gonna go, now's the time.
I can't really lollygag around too much.
Wygent now under a second. As he is really gaining on these guys. Lap traffic out front. Not sure if it's gonna play a huge role in this.
Going to give some of these guys some dirty air, possibly make it a little bit harder for Bobby Blowers. But we'll see. Coming to 14 laps to go. Wygent within a second now of these top 2.
Trout go high there. He's searching high and low, trying to find a way around Blowers, looking for that clean air. You can see Wygent is coming, and he's coming fast.
Yeah, I think he might have been saving his tires just a little bit earlier in this run. That's why he wasn't catching him as fast, but these last 15 laps, he's really shot of a cannon here.
Definitely, and now all 3 of them back on the camera again, how it was before. And this one is far from over, folks. Don't go anywhere. Because there he is, Wygent up high. Deja vu with how this has been going on all night like this.
Yeah, these top 3, 1, 2, 3, pretty much all night long. For maybe except the first 14 laps, but here was Wygent out to the inside of Trout. Does Trout let him by? Maybe let him battle Bobby Blowers a little bit here up front.
Didn't battle too much there, so it looks like Wygent is gonna clear, and Blowers sees a different car in second place than he saw earlier. Does he? If he was saving anything at all, now is the time not to. Because Wygent's right there at your bumper.
And will DJ Trout and Pacey Wygent work together like they did earlier in this race? Or will Trout kind of just like, you know, figure it's 10 laps to go, it's every man for himself pretty much here late?
Be interesting to find that out for sure. As
Wygent
for the lead.
Looking for a slide job moving Bobby Blowers.
Not gonna work.
Oh, very little contact.
Barely contact. Big contact.
He sticks it. He stays ahead for now, but here comes Blowers to the inside. Go repay the favor most likely. And 1 and 2. As watch for the slide job here. As big slide job from Blowers. Watch for the crossover move from Wygent. Doesn't have a good enough run. Very late down the back straight, going to the inside. And watch for another slide job move here from the 00 machine. Flowers in the outside wall, doesn't get a good run off the exit of the corner. Hits Wygent once again.
Oh, crossover. We're side by side. Under 10 to go here at Homestead. Definitely did not expect Wygent to have these good tires still after chasing them down for 4 seconds. As they're side by side down the backstretch. Lap car is there.
As Wygent clears down the back. As here comes Blowers on the inside. Will he try to do a slider on Pacey Wygent? Looks like he will. Wygent the outside wall. Blowers does the slider. Wygent with the crossover once again. Down the front straightaway they go. Blowers up top. Wygent on the bottom. A little bit of a side jab from that 34 machine. As he's going to try to rip the outside wall in 1 2.
Out getting a good show from third here. Does he try to play a role after these two calm down a little bit?
Blowers clears on the back.
They say that here comes Trout for second, trying to get. He wants to be a part of the show now.
Got 7 laps to go now. It's still anyone's race.
Here comes Wygent. Not letting Blowers get away too far, but now he is on offense and defense.
As they're ripping the outside wall, both of them, Wygent and Blowers, Drought on the bottom, trying to make something work. And 6 laps to go this time by. Blowers has done a great job defending all night long. Can he hang on for the next 5.5 laps?
Definitely going to be hard. And here comes Wygent. Definitely not giving up there. Here's the lap card. Does it play a huge factor in dirty air, or does he just let him by? Wygent underneath. Slide job up top.
Oh, Blowers doesn't do the crossover. Very
Almost
late
contact
crossover.
Again. Side by side. 5 to go.
There's lap traffic right in the middle of this thing. They're both in the outside wall almost as Wygent clips the outside wall. Here comes Trout now to the inside. Almost 3 wide for the race lead.
Yeah, DJ Trout, he wants to be in this game too.
Here comes Wygent now to the bottom. Blowers up top.
Blowers been up top all night now. Nope. Slide job, but crossover move again by Blowers.
Deja vu over and over again in turn 3 and 4. Every single lap there seems like to be a crossover move. As Blowers now does a little bit of slide job here on Wygent. As
Hey,
DJ
Wygent
Trout
might
now
have
of it.
the ball there.
As Blowers now blocks to the bottom lane, gonna leave the top open. Now he goes back up top. As Wygent again goes down the bottom.
Now the bottom and slide job again. We keep seeing this out of 4. And wow, what a run.
Oh, he bumped him.
What a run by Blowers. Contact.
He bumped Wygent out front. And now Wygent has a car length lead over Bobby Blowers under 1 and 2.
For long as here goes Blowers back to the bottom again. And he's going to try to slide job up there right in front of Wygent. Wait for Wygent to make the crossover. Oh, what a block. I think there's contact there maybe. But Wygent's still down there. Side by
Yes,
side.
right
3
now
and
it's
4.
slide job city and crossover city. That's all we're seeing so far the past 5-6 laps or so. As Blowers doesn't do a crossover there off of turn 4. As 2 laps to go this time by here at Homestead.
I don't think he did a crossover there because I think Trout was a little bit on his inside to make that move. But again, here we go. Slide job.
Does DJ Trout have anything for these two as they make a little contact down off of turn 2?
Good battle here. They go into 3-4 side by side.
Come to the white flag this time by. Flowers in the wall.
The wall.
Watch out for Trout.
I think Trout's back there playing, and you never know what he might have up his sleeve.
As white flag is out this time by. 1 lap to go here at Homestead. Flowers up top, Wygen on the bottom. Wygen not clear off for turn 2 as they're side by side down the back.
Down the back stretch, what a run by Blowers.
He clears.
But it ain't over yet.
As Blowers going to go bottom this time, not allowing Pacey Wygen to do the slide job. Wygen up top. Can he get a good enough run off for turn 4 to have anything for Bobby Blowers? No, he won't. Bobby Blowers off for turn 4. He's going to win here at Homestead. What a show it was these last 15 laps.
What a race those 3 guys put on. What a show. All 3 of them really put on one heck of a show there. I just hit a little bump. Little bump there. Paying respects and sportsmanship for good racing.
As what a battle that was. The top 3 pretty much put on a great battle all night long. And Bobby Blowers comes up on top here in the first race of the round of 12. Very important for him.
Still very impressive by Wygen. Come to second after that 4-second gap from the pits. And very impressive run by DJ Trout as well. As just good runs by all 3 other guys all night. As you see here, Bobby Blowers burning it down.
As Blowers gets his 3rd win of the season here. As we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our top 3 interviews after this. As we're back live here at Homestead, Miami Speed, we're going to take a quick look at our finishing order here tonight. Volt Racing League GNS Series and the Homestead Catalyst 125, presented by Dubby. And as Bobby Blowers will win here tonight with a classic finish there over Pacey Wygen, TJ Trout in 3rd. Right behind them the whole time, Ron Ayers in 4th, Tristan Bear 5th, Stephen Minch in 6th, John Matthews 7th, Greg Pillar 8th, Casey Ellis 9th, and Byron Jones in 10th. Did not set a lap here tonight in the 10-car field. So we're going to speak to our race winner here of Bobby Blowers, that 34 machine, getting it done here at Homestead. Bring him in.
He worked hard for it.
Oh yeah, definitely is. Hello, Bobby. You got a copy?
Yep, I do.
What a win for you here tonight at Homestead. Talk us through those last 10, 15 laps. You, DJ Trout, and Pacey Wygen battling out, duking it out, sliding job, crossover, whatever there, those last 15 laps.
That's just me and Pacey's dirt side coming out, I think. I was just trying to keep him from getting the draft from me and DJ when he was coming back to us, but didn't time it out enough. I was saving there right up until he got to us, and from there it was just trying to be the one ahead, getting to the line, and figuring out how to set that up. But oh, what a freaking battle! Holy cow!
Hell of a battle. You definitely worked hard for that one.
Thank you.
Yeah, talk us through that pit strategy. You pit earlier than everyone, both pit stops. Was that kind of just planned, or did you just kind of want fresh tires there?
Wasn't intentional at all. That's just when I was running out of fuel. I guess I was just in the gas more.
Well, either way, you got the win here at Homestead. Anyone like thank for tonight's win?
Yeah, BBR Racing, 213simware.com, revsimshop.com, Blink Designs, that's me. Hit me up if you want to paint, and all my friends and family. Thank you.
Well, congrats on your win here tonight at Homestead. We'll see you next week at New Hampshire.
Yep, sure will.
That was Bobby Blowers in that 34 machine getting it done here at Homestead for his third win of the season. Pacey Wagent comes up in second here tonight, and what a battle it was for him. And Blowers putting on a great show here tonight. Hello, Pacey, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
You end up here in second. Had a little bit fresher tires than those two in front of you. Just could not pull it off here at the end. What could have you done differently, though, in those last 10 laps or so?
Uh, Not much. It was just trying to get there, and then I don't know. There just wasn't much I could do. It was just slider after slider. I felt if I could have broke the draft, I probably could have gotten away. But yeah, that's just Gen 6 racing here at Homestead.
Yeah, you
That
guys.
turn four, that turn four block, that hurt you a little bit with not being able to make that slider coming to the checkered.
I knew he was going to do it. It just happened to be that I was never able to get like clear of him to get the run off of two like I had been. So he got the outside there, and at that point I didn't really have much I could do. The only chance I really had was trying to slide him in two, but I was so scared to try doing that because I just never had done it, and I wasn't really too comfortable in 1 and 2. So yeah, it was just kind of wrong place, wrong time. He kind of just had the right move at the right time there. So
Well, you still end up in second here at Homestead. Anyone you like thank for tonight's good run?
yeah, I got to shout out GNS Sim Productions for coming on, full-time sponsor. I got to shout out y'all up in the booth for broadcasting each every week. Shout out to Rodney for putting this all on, PBR Racing, and Ayers Design for making the wrap for me.
Well, congrats here on your second place run at Homestead. We'll see you next week out in New Hampshire.
Thank you.
That was a 0-0 of Pacey Wagent. We'll speak to our third place driver of DJ Trout, who's kind of was there in the background, wasn't really in the battle for the race exactly, but if something went wrong, he was definitely in contention there. Hello, DJ, you got a copy?
Yes, I do. How you doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself? Ended up in third place and good run here at Homestead, and almost could have won the race if those two in front of you made some little bit more contact.
Yeah. See, as soon as Pacey caught up to us, I was like, okay, let him by. Well, I didn't want to let him by. He just actually flew by. But my hope that was when they were battling, because I knew I was going to be able to stay with him, I could possibly stay on the bottom, save a little bit more tires, so I could actually do something if something were to happen. But honestly, I tried to make my move too late. And honestly, it's kind of scary trying to go in between them when they're fighting. It's kind of like you don't go in between two pit bulls when they're fighting. I did not want to do that there. So,
Yeah.
It's just a thing of I made my move too late. Barely made one at all is what it looked like. But I still walked away with the third place at a track that I absolutely 100% despise.
Well, yeah. That's
Didn't look like you despised it at all out there the way you were running.
That wall definitely saw a lot of my car.
yeah, it's all a lot of the cars too.
Definitely not just you.
But yeah, you still
Good to hear them.
yeah, you still can pick up third place at a track I guess you kind of hate, I guess you could say. But overall, good race here tonight. Anyone that I thank for tonight's good run at Homestead?
Huge thank you to PBR. Bobby Blowers especially. I mean, he helped me get comfortable with the racetrack. Thank you to all the racers for racing, and thank you guys for broadcasting.
Yeah, of course. And congrats on your good run here at Homestead. We'll see you next time at New Hampshire.
Yep.
So that was DJ Chow in the 30 machine, excuse me. Rounding off in third place. And overall, a really good race here tonight to cap off a Saturday evening. And what a battle it was for those top three drivers.
Very good battle for sure.
next week, like I mentioned here in the Bolt Racing League GNS series for for the round of 12 chase race number 2 is at New Hampshire, up there in the northeast region. So we go from the southeast of Florida to the northeast of New Hampshire. So quite a different scenery there. But we'll see you guys next Saturday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time for the Hampshire race, New Hampshire 150 miles there at New Hampshire.